This video is not going to be edited, it's not going to be filtered in any way. I am recording this and I am going to post it exactly as it comes out, however it comes out. I am quite, when I look back at certain things, there's a certain rage I feel, and there's a certain, not at anyone in particular, but in allowing myself experience certain things, or allowing myself remain in certain situations that I had no business remaining in. Number one, I am pissed at the fact that I'm pissed at the fact that it took me so long to realize my potential. It took me so long to realize that the world is actually out there for my taking. It took me so long. I always felt like I was free-spirited. I was a go-getter. But now that I think of it, I was actually always in my comfort zone. I was just doing the barest minimum that I could do. Because it is in these days of me pushing myself to my fullest potential, not even still to my fullest potential, because this is still a journey. But it is in these times that I am realizing that I never actually pushed myself. And I don't want to sound this way, but I'm realizing now that time is going so fast. I'm currently 25, but I was once 19, once 20, and I thought that I was doing what I had to do. I actually was not. And I wish that I was. I wish that I knew that everything I wanted, I could get it if I worked for it. Secondly, I'm pissed at the fact that I always let disrespect slide. I've been quite a people pleaser for the longest time, and it just never led me anywhere except disrespect. I let a lot of disrespectful statements fly past my head. I stayed in a lot of disrespectful situations. I never really spoke up because I felt like I struggled with transparency. And I'm pissed at the fact that I was not bold enough to be honest at every point in my life, or at every situation that required me to speak up for myself, or to even just speak up. And it brings me to this point where there is a part in the Bible that says that the spirit that the Lord has given us is not the spirit of fear, but of power, of love, and of a sound mind. And there are certain translations that says of boldness. And it made me realize that, when the Holy Spirit came upon the disciples, they became bold. So boldness is from God. Timidity, people pleasing, is not from God. And it made me realize that I have really been dumbing down myself to fit a certain box that I genuinely do not even belong in the first place. These days, I speak my mind. I try to speak my mind, though not rudely, politely, but I'm not going to sugarcoat it. I don't sugarcoat anymore. Number 3, I'm pissed at the fact that I did not wake up sooner. But I'm grateful at the same time to God for making me wake up sooner. When I say wake up, I mean like realize that if you don't get it, you don't get it, and you might not get it, but I pray that you do get it. But wake up in the sense that you are aware of three things. Your time, you're aware of three things: time, potential, and goals. I had dreams that I never really translated to goals. A lot of people have dreams, but they are just dreams. But people have goals. People set goals. When you have a dream, you are like, I want to, this is what I see myself being in the future. But when you have a goal, you are like, this is what I see myself being in the future, and this is what I'm doing to actualize that desire. But I had dreams, but didn't actually have goals. So I didn't do the things that I was supposed to do to get myself to that point. If I think back to 5 years before, there is a certain place that I have pictured myself now, then, but I am not there right now. But I could have been if I had set goals and I had not left my desires as dreams. Fourth, I am thankful that I found God. I am very thankful I found God and I had a revelation of Him. That was the best thing that has ever happened to me in this life. That has been the best thing ever. That has been a blessing upon a blessing to me. I've always felt like if you had asked me 6 months ago, 8 months ago, if I had a best friend, I would say, no, I don't do best friends. And I genuinely don't do best friends. But I can say right now that the Holy Spirit is my best friend. And by every definition of the word, by every definition of the term, He checks all the boxes. And I have close friends. I have friends that I consider family. I love them so much. But when we talk about best friends, no, maybe it's because I feel like just one person cannot be your best friend. I have like really close friends, and then my sisters as well. I do not joke with my sisters. After the Holy Spirit is my sisters. Like I tell them everything. But the Holy Spirit has been a friend indeed. God has been a father indeed. I am thankful that I found this, because it's in finding God that I realized all these things. I realized that I have just been a shadow of myself, not the real thing. Not the real thing. I've just been a shell of what I could be. And in finding God, I have found who I am. I really am. There is a certain identity that cannot be taken from you. That's why I said if you get it, you get it. But if you don't, you genuinely don't. And you might even be pissed at it. You might be pissed at the concept, because you genuinely do not get it. I was pissed at the people who sounded like this before, because I did not get it. But like I said, I pray you get it. I pray you do. I am pissed that I didn't start living my life sooner. I'm pissed that I kept waiting. I kept waiting for something. I kept waiting for a season. I kept looking forward to the next season of my life. And even when I got to that season, I didn't realize it. And I just kept looking forward to the next. So I never really did leave. I just always postponed my life. I never took charge of my life. I never realized that my life, aside being in God's hand, was actually still was in my hands. And the trajectory or whatever path that I take, I would be held accountable, even to my own self. I wish I realized that, and I'm pissed at the fact that I didn't realize that on time. But all in all, I'm grateful that I'm here, because to wake up late, it is better than not waking up at all. I'm happy that I woke up to all of these realizations, and I'm happy that God led me to them. So if you're watching this, I really hope, and if you've had something like that, you can also drop it in comments. But if you've not, I hope you do. And yeah.